This video was put together to show you how the waste industry has handled trash for the last 100 years, how biocarbon fuels looks at waste, and why we seek to build our total recovery facilities in every city and small town and give each of them landfill independence and zero waste. I've been in the waste business for 50 years. I've built landfills and waste sorting facilities and watched the industry continue to fail to do a better job of reaching zero waste. At the age of 20 years old, I ran one of the largest landfills in Southern California and learned firsthand how expensive it was to bury garbage, and soon learned all waste is carbon and it's all being wasted. Society passes laws to recycle more and more, and we are still wasting garbage and we still throw it away. It's a problem. Our company name says exactly what we do. We harvest biogenic carbon or biocarbon from waste. Like farmers harvest crops, we harvest carbon from any kind of waste and convert it into renewable fuels. It doesn't matter how wet or contaminated the waste is. We are the only company that has a patented machine that can reuse all waste. We only have one world. We need to achieve zero waste. Thank you very much.
The world is producing huge amounts of waste. Waste disposal practices have remained unchanged for the last 100 years. We try to recycle at home, but only a small amount of garbage can be reused. The remaining garbage is thrown away, and the carbon is wasted. The remaining waste is thrown in landfills or burned in incinerators. We develop waste recycling facilities to extract valuable resources from garbage. Over the entire history of garbage, society says, try to recycle more and more and more. This is all carbon in these images. This is all being wasted. This sorting facility, also known as a MRF, a material recovery facility, separates recyclables from the garbage, discarding the non-recyclables. This is how trash has been handled for the last 100 years. But everything you see here is carbon. Unfortunately, modern man faces a challenge. Over 80% of all waste is not processed using environmentally responsible disposal methods. We put a man on the moon in 1969, and yet we're still wasting waste? It's amazing technology today can't figure this out. The U.S. buries 140 million tons per year of non-recyclable waste. A ton of BCF processed waste yields approximately 70 gallons of renewable diesel. That means that if we took that same 140 million tons per year of waste and processed it responsibly, we could yield almost 10 billion gallons of renewable diesel. The BCF machine homogenizes all waste into a solid carbon feedstock for further conversion into liquid fuels and energy. Carbon is in everything we throw away. This is the BCF 8000. The process uses friction and grinds the waste against itself. The BCF machine doesn't care what's in the waste. We take out the metals, electronics, and glass, and the BCF machine swallows 100% of the rest of the waste, creating a very high energy, low moisture feedstock for the conversion into renewable fuels and power. With the BCF, all this zero value, non-recyclable waste now has tremendous value as a feedstock for clean fuels and energy. This is the BCF granulate, worth over $450 per ton in the form of renewable diesel or jet fuel. All types of waste are blended together or homogenized into a valuable commodity we call the BCF granulate. Again, all types of waste are carbon. This BCF granulate can then be converted into a synthetic gas using a pyrolysis reactor or gasifier. So, what is in an average bag of garbage? Non-recyclable plastics, such as plastic wrap, foam, and film, and food containers, food scraps, restaurant and takeout leftovers, and containers. All green waste, such as tree trimmings and grass clippings, and other biogenic waste. All paper products, wood, and cardboard that can't be recycled. Only glass, metals, electronics, and rocks are removed. Everything else can be processed and homogenized by the BCF machine. With all leftover waste put in the BCF machine, waste that would normally end up in rivers and oceans will never enter the environment again. BCF processing will allow 100% reuse of all types of waste into clean, renewable transportation fuels and clean energy. Non-recyclable waste has zero value until it is converted into granulate in the BCF machine. After conversion, it is worth approximately $455 a ton based on current diesel prices and renewable fuel credits. The valuable BCF granulate fuels the pyrolysis unit, where the carbon solid is converted into a methane-rich renewable gas, much like you cook with on your stove. This BCF granulate is dry and homogeneous and is now converted in the pyrolysis machine from a solid form into a synthetic gas. This pyrolysis machine is like a big oven, but with no oxygen and no combustion. The BCF granulate is being fed into the pyrolysis system through an airlock, where an auger is compacting the BCF granulate into an oxygen-free chamber where the heat is applied, causing the solid carbon to convert to synthetic gas. When you don't have oxygen, the solid feedstock turns directly into a vapor. It doesn't burn, as there is no combustion or flames anywhere in the system. The clean synthetic gas is now cooled and refined into renewable diesel or jet fuel. These fuels have 90% less emissions when used in airplanes or engines than fossil fuel-based petroleum transportation fuels. The BCF machine can eliminate millions of tons of CO2 that normally would have been emitted into the atmosphere if that waste were left to decompose in landfills. Millions of dollars of carbon credits are available to BCF from this activity. Biocarbon Fuels is the only company in the world that owns the patented BCF machine. With the BCF machine, we're the only company in the world that can reuse and process all types of waste as carbon into renewable fuels or energy. BCF can reuse 100% of all leftover non-recyclable waste. Biocarbon Fuels' belief is that we have only one world. We need to achieve zero waste. Thank you.